From the start of 2024 to today's date, November 11th, 2025, I've taken my business from zero to over $170,000 per month, completely organic, zero paid ads. And if there's a single piece of advice that I can give to any of the entrepreneurs listening to me today, it's to lean into the fact of how bad do you fucking want it? In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys when I spoke to over 80 business owners about my story as how I went from a videographer struggling, trying to get through it, to now a content agency owner making literally 6 figures per month. I hope you guys enjoy my story, and there's a little bit of insight into how I've personally cracked the Instagram algorithm organically. So without further ado, please enjoy.
He's been there before the beginning of Pizza Gush. So I met Aayush in San Diego. I was just recently moving back from Virginia, essentially restarting my life in San Diego. And Aayush was one of the first people I connected with when I was moving back. And I remember we were walking the beach talking about, business, about life, about goals, and we became friends before we became, integrated in business. And I remember one of the first weekends going out with him, we were in a club and we made a bet with each other about who's going to hit the first 10K month, or that when we hit a 10K month, we're going to go out. And this was back in 2018, 2019. We were both like 23, 24, very young. And now we're freaking crushing it. PTBI started, I brought him in not just as a videographer, but as a coach and as a leader in PTBI. He's worked with a lot of you guys. He's blown up a lot of you guys. And it's really cool because, he started off as a friend. We became, integrated in business. And now it's like we're essentially married in business. So I really can't get rid of it. Let's give it up for you.
What's up, bro?
That's good, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm not gonna lie, I have a fucking stomach ache. This is a lot different than generating millions of views for myself. A lot of my clients, even Zach, who thought his account was fucked, and a lot of the students in here that are personally working with me. If you don't know who I am, like how Zach said, I'm Aayush, owner of Last Shot Media, and the head of marketing for PTBI. I cracked the code to Instagram. I can confidently say that. There's a lot of people in here that know it firsthand. And I hope to share with you that I'm not gonna say ads suck, because that's not what I'm saying. But a lot of people don't understand. Organic will help your ads. And once you unlock the power of organic, your ads just do way better. And that is what I'm here to share with you. However, before we get into the sauce, because I know speeches are about motivation, hype you guys up. When you go back, you know what to do for your business. I've only heard a lot of people, they don't really feel like they get anything out of it. You guys go to things like this and then you feel like, wow, I'm fucking motivated. Got the hype up. But then you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Actually, my entire Instagram, I literally give step-by-step tangible solutions on how to fucking grow your business organically. And that's all I share. And that is what I've done so many times, and I've blown up multiple people and myself. Before I give away the sauce and all of that stuff, I have a quick question. Are you currently happy with your current following? Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. And I can confidently say 100% of you will say no. So, I want to give a quick perspective shift for all of you. Could you handle it? This is 100 people. This is 1,000 people. There's 50 of you, and I'm literally admitting after generating millions of fucking views, I feel like I'm gonna shit myself. It's not the same. If you guys can't even sell to 100 people like this for your current audiences, whether you have 100 views, 100 followers, 1,000 views, 1,000 followers, even some of you that have 10K that you bought with follower ads. If I can't even sell to all of you right now with the way I'm fucking talking, then that's just a poor indicator of your content. Your content just fucking sucks. Doesn't matter how much money you put behind ads. I don't want to just keep shitting on ads, but I'm just being honest. A lot of you, if you just focus on your organic content, your ads will improve, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not an ad Nazi, as some people might think, the rumor has it. It's literally focus on your organic. Think of it like a house. That's your foundation. Your ads are the roof. It'll blast you off. Me and Zach are like yin and yang. We fight all the time about it. But at the end of the day, he knows organic and ads work together. But you can't have ads perform as well as it could without your organic. And I've changed his mind a little bit on that. I'm going to ramble about my story. Madison told me not to. So if you have any questions about my story, ask me later. So I'm going to bullet it. I grew up in Pennsylvania, and then I'm 28 years old. I went to Penn State, and I graduated with my marketing degree, my bachelor's, in 2 years. I got obsessed with bodybuilding. Yes, I still lift. And at the age of 13, and surprisingly, a lot of people don't know this, I actually was a certified personal trainer by the ISSA. I was an online fitness coach actually at 18. But things changed because I got obsessed with Christian Guzman and trying to be an influencer. I was trying to be the first influencer along with Christian Guzman, and this is kind of like how Zach started too. And I actually documented my whole life of 3 years trying to be an influencer and one of the pioneers of online fitness coaching, bodybuilding type of stuff, kind of like try to be the next Christian Guzman. But instead, I got the opportunity to go to all these fitness expos, and well, I was willing to do whatever it fucking took. So when I got to meet Christian Guzman at his own event, I dressed up as a T-Rex at a Halloween event. And Christian Guzman still remembers me as the guy in the T-Rex costume. He has my number, I have his number, and he knows me personally, but it's still funny how he still remembers me as the guy who dressed up in a T-Rex costume. I was able to eventually get a job with Ghost. I was one of the first official hires of Ghost Lifestyle. I was part of their sales team for the takeover team, ironically takeover. But that job was just to drop samples off. But that is what allowed me to connect with a lot of people. And during all those different opportunities of filming my own content on YouTube, I eventually started getting hired by a bunch of random fucking people. And this one guy's name is Paul Ravella. OG, big name fitness coach now. And well, I traveled the world with him for 2 years. I was his videographer. I became a videographer by accident, which then eventually led me to working with Flexible Dieting Lifestyle and Brett Contras. Brett Contras, AKA the glute guy. Yeah. I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen when I accidentally met this guy and said, hey man, I would love a shout out if I made you a video. Keep in mind, I just wanted fucking subscribers on my YouTube channel. I didn't know I was gonna fucking turn into getting multiple job offers to be a videographer. The fuck is a videographer? I thought I was just trying to be an influencer. So this guy started saying 10K, 5K, 6K, and I'm like, I just graduated college, bro. Like, I thought my parents wanted me to be a fucking doctor or like fucking tech support. My parents still don't believe in me with what I do today, but this guy did. So he gave me a number and I said stupidly, even though he said, name my price, I said, 5K. I didn't know the value of a dollar because money was not an issue my whole life. Being Indian, my parents worked really hard. And so because of that, I just prematurely said 5K and fucked myself. But you know what? 2 weeks later, your boy got fired. I just moved across the country from Pennsylvania. I lied to my parents that Brett Contras signed the fucking contract. And I don't care to put him on blast because, well, it's the truth. That's the reality of my story. And within 2 weeks, I had to get my shit together. I had to figure it out. I lied to my parents. I moved my whole life there, signed an apartment with my two best friends, Tegan Averett and John Liu, and I literally don't even know these fucking guys. And so that's me saying, fuck my life. So getting fired was actually the best thing that could have happened to me. Why? Well, it led me to working with companies like Nike, Gymshark, and so 3D hit me up personally and wanted me to do this for them. I did this on my own. The one-man show. That water, that was Febreze. And this was done in my kitchen.
Wow.
Not with that camera either. That was with a shittier camera back in the day too. I've even shot the Gallo Awards in LA. And I've met a bunch of people from Grey's Anatomy. It was crazy to see all these like famous people because like honestly I'm in there, I'm like, who the fuck are all of you? I don't watch Grey's Anatomy and shit, but I'm like finding out when I got this gig, it was a big deal. And I was like, yeah, sick. And keep in mind, like, this is what I did my entire first 10 years in business. I took over San Diego. And I even got to embarrass this guy today. Look at that stud muffin. Just wait for it.
Yeah, people forget I was a fetish coach one time.
Wait for this, the hero shot. That's the look. Look. That's the fucking look, my man. If you guys want to know more about my story, let me know. But yeah, I did this from, like how Zach said, like 2018, 2019. 2021, COVID ruined California. And so I moved to Austin before anyone fucking moved. I was the first one here. And not like between fucking who started Austin or whatever. You know what I mean? Hop off. And so I gave up making, believe it or not, when I got fired by Brett, I was already making $10K a month to $20K a month, recurring, inbound. The entire city just kept coming to me. Once I just put my foot down and just figured out the intro to entrepreneurship, which was DM a fuck ton of people. And yeah, within the first year, I already closed 120K, and then it just got more and more to the point where I gave up making that much bankroll and my high rise in San Diego. I was living like a king in downtown. So my dog Kiba and I, we decided to move to Austin, and then honestly, Austin was great. I lived here for 2 years. I got back into bodybuilding. Like I let go myself, not crazy, but I literally, towards the end of living in San Diego, I got my body back to what it was, but more. I don't look like that right now. I wish. I miss that. I miss my man bun too. Then, a month later, I fucking lost it all again. I didn't realize that videography was dying. As we all know, it's now a talking head war. It's like, how can we make the best talking head video? And like all those videos I showed before, you can't do that now. It fucking sucks. It's not gonna do shit. And so this is me drunk as fuck at a party when I realized I probably fucked up so bad moving here. Because if I just stayed in San Diego, I could have kept working with Nike and all these different connections I had, but instead, I just fell for the shiny object of moving to Austin because everyone was saying, gotta get fuck out of California, bro. And I was, honestly, I regret it, sort of, because it turned out really well now. So I had to rebuild it, and 2 years I hated my life in Austin, also for an ex-girlfriend too, but I knew I had to leave to fix my situation. And so I made so much fucking money in San Diego that I took a dice roll. I literally put half of my net worth and bought a fucking house that I didn't even visit, and that was a really bad decision. Now, today, because I'm stuck. Zach's trying to get me here, and I can't fucking sell it. So, yeah, I put half my net worth. I had to put 120K down on a house because, you know, entrepreneur things. Couldn't get an FHA loan or anything. So I said all or nothing, bought this fucking $600,000 house, and I rebuilt my business, which is now called Last Shot Media and The Real Editors. However, I didn't do it alone. I did it with a ex-best friend of mine. He was my business partner. We called it Last Shot Media to be a video production agency, so the same things that you saw. And then The Real Editors was more of a talking head type of agency. So I had two separate things. I wanted to be still a videographer. However, motherfucker fucked me over. He was my best friend of 10 years, and that for those of you that know that story, that fucking sucked. So this is me resorting to alcohol again. So yeah, I had to figure it out. I had to rebuild everything again. But this happened within a month of moving to Vegas in 2023 June. And I just bought a house. I'm paying $4K a month mortgage. I'm shitting my pants because my parents did not condone anything I've done so far. In fact, I don't even talk to them anymore. So call it fucking being disowned by Indian parents, basically. But then, fast forward to now today, I make $60K a month, and I don't run a single ad. 0 ad spend, all organic. I make $60K a month. Mortgage of $4K a month means nothing to me. I bought this in cash, this R8. I bought my first supercar, and I bought my lovely partner, Madison, a BMW X7. Once again, I'm not trying to go and harp on I hate fucking ads. It's just to give you hope. You guys can do it too without having to run ads, and then you take the ads and treat it like steroids. At the end of the day, if you guys know what running gear is like, you still got to put in the work. I'm not. I'm just fucking going around, bro. I'm on steroids too. I don't look like it right now. Hop off. I don't have Trent on me right now. And so, honestly, my life is amazing. I knew I could crack the code to Instagram, and I was not going to let anyone tell me I need some perfect ad script or a lead magnet or whatever. Like, I knew I could do it just from the normal things that we need to post every day. You just need to figure out the fucking code. And once I cracked it, I was like, LOL, this is easy. Speak for myself, I know. But it took me 10 years. So that's my story. Why should I tell you all this? Well, every business owner's journey has 2 sides, the victories and the defeats. And I'm telling you my story because you'll face the same 2 sides. It doesn't matter that I'm a videographer, now a business coach or content coach. I'd rather be called a content coach, not a business coach. Fuck that. I would like to be staying as the marketing genius. Let Zach be the business coach. That's why we're yin and yang. My journey is the proof that even in the toughest moments, you will find a way forward, and you will have setbacks. You will experience failure, and true failure, it only happens when you stop trying. So here's the good stuff. You guys want to know what I cracked? Obviously, I'm going to gatekeep a little bit. I don't have enough time to fucking do that. Who do you think I am? What you're going to learn today is exactly what to post, how to turn it into sales, and why it works. If you don't think I have given enough proof between my flexing, if you're one of my children, please come over here.
Yo, children is crazy.
If you're one of my current children,
You're not my dad.
Z likes to call me daddy. All right, so Alex, would you like to just tell everyone what you have accomplished working with me?
In 3 weeks, I 100x'd my following. It went from 1,300 to 100. Actually, it's about to be 140,000, like today.
Yeah. 6.7 million views on his 6th or 8th post or something like that. There's another client here. His name's Tyler Studer. He is not a PTBI student, but I wanted to share with you. I have more clients than just what Zach basically introduces me to. And I got him from 20K to 168 or 170,000 followers as of today. And he has 2 videos over like 4 million. Organic. Same thing, 2 weeks. And now, poster boy over here. How about instead of telling everyone what I did on Sunday night, which was 2,871 followers to 109,000, pull up your TikTok right now. How much do you have?
Well, my phone will go there.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm at 135K on TikTok right now.
Yeah. Now that's great and all. I know everyone knows followers and views don't mean shit. So, Xavier, what were you stuck at before you hired me?
as far as followers?
No, revenue.
Oh, so I was like hovering around like the 10K months. Now, like what Zach said, this month with no ads, I hit 26,000.
What did all of you guys learn working with me so far?
You should always right.
That is kind of true, but
No, I really learned like the value really of like content. Like everyone knows like this guy can kind of be a little on the fence a little bit, but he does know his shit, and like he gives good value in the content, and like that was literally me like 4 weeks ago, and like I started working with you, and now I'm actually getting like paid on TikTok for just like posting videos. So like that's pretty cool, but there's really just that value about content. I usually just like come on there and yap. I'm a yapper, so like come on the videos and yap. So I would definitely say like the value, learning the value about content really like changed hands. That's what I would say.
and then this young lady over here, tell everyone what has happened in the last couple of days.
Yeah, so since I've been in Texas, I've doubled my Instagram following. Dope. But I feel like my biggest win was, and something I learned is that the better your organic content is, the less you have to sell on your sales calls. And I will shout out Ryan and Anthony because I was working with them a lot as well. But a month into working with Aayush, I signed 11 new clients in 4 weeks, and my closing rate went from 20% to 85%. That's it.
Just because you have a follower count and the stigma of like just because you have a 50K, 100K, a million, and you can't necessarily get customers, I believe that's bullshit. Because at the end of the day, think about it this way. If you DM someone with 100K followers, the authority is higher. But here's the trick. If the views look like dog shit, then it's obviously that they bought it. So if your views make sense, that negates it completely. And I've proved it. So I thank you, all of you, for coming up here, gassing me up. So I hope that gives you more proof that I cracked the code, and it's not just 1 or 2 people. It's all of them. We just don't have time for me to go one by one by one. But at the end of the day, they all have increased their sales immediately after they started working with me. Surprisingly, within like literally the first couple of weeks. And they have the vanity metrics go up as well. But it's how you get them to grow is what counts. And when you crack that code, it actually changes your life. Everyone is one video away, and I will admit I stole that from my competitor, but it's true. I'm not going to hide that, but it's true. How else do you say it? Everyone is one video away, and I think it's a great saying. And I respect my competitor a lot, so I'm going to say it. Everyone is one video away from changing their life. And all of you, I believe, are too. You just don't want to put in the effort to learning organic. And I hope after I give you the sauce now, this has now inspired you and you actually know what to do when you go home Monday. Oh yeah, by the way, I have to give one more flex. So yesterday I was here and then my client tagged me. I didn't even know. We just killed First Form's TikTok sales. My client is Leviathan Nutrition. He sold 8.7K on TikTok Shop. First Form is at 8.1K. Not crazy, but we still beat First Form, a fucking huge ass company. I don't know how many people they have, but Leviathan Nutrition and I, it's like a team of like 4. The owner himself and 3 other people. And it's all organic. I don't have him run any ads. So here's the algorithm. Here's the sauce that everyone wants. The algorithm's goal is to keep people on the platform as long as possible. Why? More time on the app equals more ads shown, which means more money for them. So what type of video would you pick if you were Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok? Simple, the video with the most watch time. This is my teacher's pet analogy. Actually, I can't take credit. My girlfriend Madison is the one that helped me figure it out, so I'm not going to take that, but she is my right hand. So imagine you're students in the classroom, teacher, 2 students. Student A, student B. And so every time the teacher calls upon the student, student A is the idiot, just clowning around, just joking, not taking shit seriously. But then student B is very respectful and just wants to make sure everyone just learns. Just keep the class going, moving forward. What do you think the teacher's gonna do when the teacher notices that student A, Butters, as if everyone knows South Park, is just saying dumb shit all the time? The teacher's gonna lose confidence, not gonna give a fuck. Student B, Kyle. Kyle's killing it. So what's the teacher gonna do? The teacher doesn't wanna waste time, so the teacher's gonna continually pick Kyle. That is how the algorithm works, and I'm gonna show you guys with a dog analogy. Your page is training like a dog. If you're trying to teach a dog how to sit and you give a treat for positive reinforcement, eventually the dog will learn how to sit. Give it a fucking treat, you know, every time it sits. But if you tell the dog to sit and give no treat, the dog will be confused and will not understand the goal. Or if you try to use negative reinforcement, the dog will be afraid of you and not want to be near you. So what do you think? Imagine that for your content. If you keep posting B-roll video, then you randomly yap on your phone, then you randomly go hire a videographer or buy a camera, and then you make a professional video, you're confusing your audience. No wonder people aren't following you, and no wonder your views aren't growing. No one trusts you. There's no authority. You don't feel like a TV show. That is why I believe in talking head content so much, because it builds the most amount of authority. It's so easy. I literally just sit down in front of my desk and I yap to a teleprompter. It's literally training the algorithm to the point where every one of you that knows my page, you know exactly what you're expecting. It feels like a TV show. So what type of videos create positive reinforcement? I gave it away. Valuable videos, and in my opinion, talking head videos triumph time and time again. So what happens when you make valuable videos? Someone watches your video and realizes that what you said was extremely helpful, so they share and they save it. And then the algorithm recognizes that people like what they are seeing and start to push your content more. Steady wins the race here. Not everyone's gonna pop off overnight like how I had a few of the students here happen. Some people have a slower journey. Cass experienced that, and that's okay. It was only by 1 month. Now more people will now watch that video because it is being shared because of everything going on. And so now that you provide value all the time, people realize you know what the fuck you're talking about, and they are going to come to you for help. And this means what? You can actually make some sales. Here's the key points. It's not one single video that hits the algorithm, but rather you're training your audience and continuously showing that your content will be worth pushing. Your views and engagement will start to trend upwards, I promise. If you stop bouncing around so much and saying, oh, I couldn't post, I'm just gonna post a B-roll video. I don't feel like I have my makeup on or whatever. It's like, dude, just don't post then. Just make some effort, prioritize it. You guys prioritize getting on a disco call and a sales call. Why don't you prioritize your content? Stop treating that as like the last thing on your mind. Content, in my opinion, I'm not biased because I sell it. It's actually like, how are you gonna get leads? You're not gonna get leads. People think you run an ad and you get people, but then if you don't have any good content or continuously just showing up, your ads are bringing people to an empty page, basically. Why would you believe people, even if they're coming to you from a DM ad cold, they're coming to you, that's the nature of what it does, why would they be more warmed up if they don't have more nurturing? That is coming from the power of organic. And then, as you feed the algorithm, you crack it. It'll just happen one day, and it changes your life. And it's a beautiful thing. And all of them realized that, and they were like, holy fuck. Like, they just texted me out of the blue, and they're like freaking out. It's insane. So what makes a video valuable? Number one, it's tangible. Can your audience take something away from your video and apply it to their life immediately? Stop gatekeeping. Here's the secret. All of you guys could build a 6-figure business just from my Instagram page alone, but you can't because, well, you gotta like piece it all together, and it's hard. That's why that you still got to hire the person. Like, you have to know how to implement it. But at the very least, all of you need to post a video with one problem, one solution. That's it. Stop trying to jam too many things together. Number 2, is it unique? Is the idea unique in either the idea or the way it's presented, or just an easy analogy to understand? That's very hard. Honestly, I still struggle with that. But when you find different ways, like for example, I figured out a way to explain how the algorithm works using South Park. I'm not saying that video went viral, but how often do you hear someone try to use South Park and teaching of a classroom to be basically, this is how the algorithm works? Is it viewer depictable? Can your audience actually understand what is even being said? Did you explain it well enough, and do they have all of the information? Once again, if you're gatekeeping, why are people, like, I literally give everything away for free. I admitted it. And that is why my Instagram is growing, because at the end of the day, if you post everything, I promise you, they're not gonna not hire you. They're gonna realize they can't implement it. Do you really think with all the other people on YouTube, like your competitors that are posting and stuff, like all the information's out there, you just gotta go and take the time to research it. So just don't like hide it, just give it away. Now this is the banger thing. Is it worth $5? Is your video even worth $5 for someone? If your shit is basic information, why do you expect it to get views? It's not special. You're entitled to 1 million views because why? Because you decided to wake up today and actually do your content? No, you gotta earn it. A video at 9 a.m. is still a dog shit video at 9 p.m. if you do not prioritize how to create it. I'll repeat it again. A video at 8:34 a.m. is still a dog shit video at 5:26 p.m. Just because you posted at the best posting time, it's not gonna get any more views. That is a small like myth of like the best posting time. A lot of my clients, I've posted at 1 a.m. as a test, and I've gotten them multiple millions of views. So here's my guarantee to you. If you're continuously posting value, consistent with creating content, you will set yourself up for a very successful business.
You got about 20 minutes for Q&A. If you get some questions for you, let's let them rip.
So just trying to make sense of the rule of /nurturing organic content. So you not, maybe if the not is the tree weapon, is your approach not looking at mass appeal or bringing viewership and then nurturing that content? Is it just, is what you're saying essentially nurturing what you have and letting that push yourself out to fully in or pushed out? So,
No. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, if you make comedy versus educational, you're trying to compete with Netflix. So do you want to bring people in because you're trying to be funny, or you're trying to bring people in because you're authoritative and you're trying to sell something so they believe in you more? So if you can find a video and a hook that's broad enough in order to bring in enough people, for example, it's called hook expansion. That's one of my principles that I teach. If you go and say, if you're a if you're a 9-to-5 worker and you struggle to track your macros, well, what did you just do? You just cut anyone that wasn't a 9-to-5 worker. But if you just remove the 9-to-5 and say, if you struggle to track your macros when you go to work, you just immediately just broaden the pool. So that will immediately have more potential to get 100,000 views versus the 1,000 views that you get. So within that, what do you think from a math perspective? If you get 1,000 views on a video and all you had to change was take 3 words away and immediately somehow got 10,000, how many leads would you get no matter what? Way more. I can't tell you how many, because organic does shoot it out. That is the one benefit of ads. But once again, like, you still have a cold lead. People, you don't know if people watched your organic content. You don't know if they actually took the time to be nurtured. So it's always better to have a broader hook and optimize with educational content. Not just think, I'm gonna post anything. I used to target fitness coaches only until I realized I don't want to just work with just the health and wellness space. I've always worked with many industries, but when I transitioned into a content marketer, I was like, oh, I just want to be my ideal client fitness coaches. And I'm like, yeah, no, I want to broaden it. All I did was just stop saying fitness coach. But now I'm getting way more fitness coaches because of that. The videos just get more views. Does that help?
A little bit. And again, I'm kind of trying to understand your idea of the algorithm. It seemed that by posting valuable content, that
Yeah.
people who are going to watch,
Yeah.
right, that builds over time the value that pushes the content out.
Yep.
Versus it seems like, when I think of when you say B-roll, maybe my perspective is a little different. When you think of like, right, a non-talking head video
Yep.
that's there to garner views,
Yep.
but it could still provide value, right? Like top 5 recipes for whatever, right? So that still provides some educational content, or is it just talking heads, regardless if it's something to nurture your organic following or not? Like that's where it needs to be. I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
It's the switching that kills you.
Yes.
From the type of content.
Yes. Yes.
Now
If
the
you're
type
just
of.
locked in on only B-roll, that will work the same.
Okay.
It's the switching that kills you.
Yes.
And that kills the viewership, or it kills the algorithm.
It kills the algorithm and the trust with your audience. And in my opinion, B-roll is just lazy.
Got it.
People can recognize when you put effort in. And that's why indirectly, subconsciously, your close rate increases, your authority builds up. Imagine you say all that, even though it's on a teleprompter, you still said it, and it's how you say it. That is why your sales and authority overall increases.
One last little question: does reactions count as a talking head?
Yes. As long as you react to it and use that as a hook. I call it the Train Bloom framework. He is the one that really did it. And I study and I teach that to my students.
Thank you.
Yep.
Do you have a structured framework for like how CPAs, like indirect CPAs, or just like pure value selling?
I sell on stories only. I try to sell on my story at least 3 times a week, and all I do is go win, 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 win. Sometimes I'll put like some lifestyle stuff, but honestly, I'm just going win, 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 and then that creates FOMO with people that are following you. Sometimes I'll have a CTA in my actual reels, but honestly, you're gonna have warmer leads from your stories because those are the people that are actually more invested into you. The reels are just designed to bring people in to follow you. That's it.
Do you also have them select comment specific words or
Yeah, sometimes I'll have a lead magnet, and then that'll just be used as a conversation starter. Any other questions?
What's your thoughts on potentially injecting controversy or the content rage bait?
Do it ethically where you don't get destroyed. Make sure you stand your ground. That's what's called building a personal brand. But don't do it to the point where you create enemies in a way where people actually believe that you're just another clown online.
Like, how would you do a free talk text really to kind of make it like a bit polarizing?
I would probably say, don't take this verbatim, but I would say something like ads suck. But like I said, that's not what I would verbatim say, but I would say something like that. But by the end, you would know my stance was he didn't just shit on ads. He's just saying, focus on your organic, then add the ads, you'll blast off to Pluto. I'm not shitting on ads. I'm using that as the polarizing way to make people be like, what the fuck does this bitch say? That's all I'm trying to do. And you've noticed that in this entire presentation. I've been keeping your guys' attention because I talk like that. And that's another part about being a personal brand. I come off cocky and arrogant, but once you get to know me, you realize, no, I'm just confident. And that's how you stand out. People think I'm a dickhead, but that's because they don't want to get to know me to realize I'm very confident in what I do and say, and I know it, and I have the proof, as you've seen. But at the end of the day, some people are just quick to judge from a book, the cover. Don't judge a book by its cover.
When you said when, jumped in when, I'm trying to think how to say this, like, if we talk about our things, I mean, I want to say organic, do I talk about, like, all of my clients, even though I have a small amount of clients, do I talk as if I have a large amount of clients?
Yes.
And then it doesn't become, but then it's not organic. What do you, like, when
Huh?
you find organic, like, I feel like I'm
You mean authentic? What kind of thing?
being transparent. Like,
Authentic.
I'm getting transparency and organic.
Authentic is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Good.
Are you saying like you feel like you're having like an imposter syndrome in a
No,
sense?
no. I just feel like if I'm saying all my clients, when it's really like, I just have a handful right now, but
I mean, that's still all my clients. I think that's just you thinking too much into that. All my clients is still two. I think it's funny when you say one, but fake it till you make it. At the end of the day, like, how do people know? Yeah.
Just use not.
Yes.
Not video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was interpreting it as like,
Not necessarily often.
those were, yes, I was
Yeah.
just flipping on authenticity and organic. Yes, thank you.
Yep. Adam, I saw your hand up earlier.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the stories, but you kind of got into another question. But I'm still learning more in depth. What made you think about using them? Your strategy, reels?
Basically, I market to rich people. I market people with money. I'm a very high ticket. So I show indirectly in my fun way, like I also have money too, and I show that between my wins, and also I do make good money, where it's like I'm trying to attract them. Yeah, some rich people might say, oh, he flexes too much. Well, guess what? I don't vibe with everybody. I vibe with people that want to match me, and then the proof speaks for itself. At the end of the day, I'm going to hire someone that's an asshole if they know what they're fucking doing. Who cares? That's just my belief, though.
So it's really like what I got from that get-go, like you said, or combination of lifestyle stuff, and then you just like show testimonials, case studies.
Yes. I use lifestyle stuff on stories only, but I don't like show everything. I never show Madison. I mean, sometimes I do. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna go put words into people's mouth thinking like flexing and all that is like the way to do it. But it's like, in my opinion, every time I show that I have a supercar, or I talk about how I'm looking at buying my next supercar right now, if I do that, I get more views. I've noticed it. Like, seriously, every time I show my R8, my story views skyrocket. Then I post like win, 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 win. It's like, it's strategic. It works for me. It doesn't mean that I'm telling all of you guys to go rent a car and do that. It works for me. Find what works for your audience. I know a lot of people don't like how I do things, but it works for me, so I'm gonna keep doing it. So more power to me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Any other questions? Oh.
Zach, maybe you want to chime in on this jump, just because when you gave the example of a 9-to-5, right? Let's use a different demographic, but we target like an ideal client.
Yeah.
How are you differentiating between the pain points of an ideal client, but then the content that you're saying post more general? It's because all ideal clients essentially have the same pain points? Or?
Yep. At the end of the day, do you think a 9-to-5er or someone that's an entrepreneur, do you think they have a different pain point?
No, I personally don't. I just didn't know that the framework, if you have very niche ideal client, like specifically them, I guess maybe the ads take it a little different. But
This is why I keep saying I don't shit on ads, and that's why Zach and I are yin and yang. We work together in harmony. If you master organic, ads become easy. So at the end of the day, if you just remove the audience call out, that how Zach will teach you, that's what's needed for an ad. You remove that audience call out, immediately the video will get instantly more views on organic.
that's interesting. So the ads are very targeted.
Yeah.
Is that because of how they, again, I'm elementary this is because how they set the settings and all that?
Because ads force your content in front of everybody, so you want to be hyper specific.
Got it.
With organic, you're starting hyper specific, and you want to be pushed out to everybody.
So that's a good analogy. Let's say that's too low.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to add supercar keys to your niche. To everybody, to your niche. He's attractive business owner. You're not attractive business owner per se, but looking to make a change. Your body, that is your supercar.
Correct.
The better
Yep.
you look, the more money you make. That is an absolute fact. And so even for myself, as a person that's a business coach, but if I'm in shape better than you, how much more do you respect me because I'm better than you in your own industry? So it gives you this attraction. So people want two things. They want to look like you and they want to feel like you. So get out of your office and make content. Get in front of palm trees. If you're here in Austin, you're not taking photos like you're wasting your money. This event, great. But the content you get from it attracts the views. So look the part and live the part.
Yeah, like that.
Yep. Yep.
You talked about how they like expansive hooks, but what is your take on like adding in like a visual hook as well?
Yeah, no, 100%. There are multiple pieces to a perfect hook. You got your verbal hook, you got your text hook, and you got your visual hook. So those are the 3 components to every video. So, Alex, what was your viral video? 6.7 million. What'd you do?
Fried eggs are bad.
And now he has 4 or 5 different people making videos of him roasting him. But guess what? Let's break down what happened. The visual hook is him doing this. Fried eggs are bad for your weight loss. And you have fried egg, you got scrambled egg, and you had like a egg white or something. And it was like good, bad, excellent. And then he's pointing. And then he literally said, fried eggs are bad for your weight loss. That fucking broke the internet. And so between that, you have the text hook of actually visually also seeing it saying good, bad, excellent. And you have like the actual eggs itself. He's pointing, and he said something really fucking controversial.
Yeah. Also, other people risk that video trying to make it as well.
Hey,
Now, here's a disclaimer. Here's a fucking disclaimer, and I have to say it. You can't just take someone's video. I see it time and time again, and it honestly disappoints me because every time you just steal a person's video, you're not yourself. I feel like people see my content, and I teach the RIP method, or in my last video, I called it the STD method. So that's me just being a clown. And basically, it's stealing the hook, but then the value needs to be different. At the end of the day, you can't fucking track macros any differently. It's 4 calories for 1 gram of carb and protein, 9 calories. You're gonna say it's 7? Like, no, the information's the same. But steal the hook, but everything else has to be different. And I feel like a lot of people just don't actually take me seriously when I say you have to change the value. It doesn't matter if you can say it doesn't matter if you can't say something differently. You have to take legit time to not make it obvious. You just stole someone's fucking piece of content. And if you get called out, Alex, people are having controversy of if Alex made that video first. Because so many people are making it, like the world is huge. Same thing with Xavier. He has so many people like ripping his content, and it's because it's good content, and I love that. But you gotta change the value. If you don't change the value, it's too obvious that it's not your information, it's not original, and that really will hurt your personal brand. I want everyone to take that seriously. I did crack the code, and it does work, and honestly, a lot of you can do that right now. It'll get you the views. But if you don't do what I said, where it's consistently going to happen, yeah, the video might get views, but you're not gonna get followers. And also, you don't know how to keep repeating it. My Instagram account is harder to grow because it's a niche audience. I'm working with business owners. You guys are fitness coaches. The whole world is your ideal client, technically. Everyone needs to lose weight and get in shape, but not everybody needs to grow a business. So at the end of the day, you need to look at the overall picture, not views and everything. And when you realize, once you give it about 30 days, 60 days, something will hit and you'll be like, holy fuck. Thank you.
Really quick, I want to add on that. So I work with you. She does all of my content. If you guys look, there's two really important pieces. If you guys look at my page and you look at Yush's page, you can scroll and see exactly what kind of content he's posting over and over and over and over again. And you can actually scroll back to the exact point that he made this shift. And from that point, his account blew up. Mine's been doing the same too, because if you look at my content, it's all uniform. And the thing is, back to where we're talking, what kills your momentum is switching from, I'm going to post a photo, then I'm going to post a B-roll, then I'm going to post a talking head, then I'm going to post a client transformation. And people aren't, have you guys heard of Hub's Life? Do you guys know who Hub's Life is? So he got a lot of, it was a great lesson in marketing. He built his entire content around 9-to-5 content. And he would do a daily vlog. And what happened is he quit his 9-to-5 to go full-time into content creation, and his entire audience roasted him because people subscribed for the content, not for the creator. And when you're growing your page, you got to realize that people probably don't care about you as much as you think, and they care about your content. And so when they're following you for the content that you're delivering. And if you're constantly switching up your content every single day, you're not giving them anything to follow. If they follow you for a really great talking head video, and then the next day you post a picture of a client transformation, they're like, wait, what the hell did I sign up for? I'm gonna unfollow. So get uniform, get really dialed into what kind of content, and then the actual content creation process. I sit down with Yush, and he's got maybe 30 to 50 videos that have already gone viral from competitors. People that he's seen, hey, this is a competitor, this video's done well. He sends it to me, he said, say the first sentence, everything else just rip value. So I would just copy the hook and say the first sentence of a video that's gone viral. I will just talk and just give the value that's off the top of my head. And if it's not good enough, you shall say, what is one thing that they can take away from this video? And I realized, oh, I didn't give them anything actually tangible to use. I didn't actually give them something that's going to be that's useful, and he'll have me add that piece in, and that's it. It's take the hook, add your value, give one valuable thing that's good enough for someone to use on that call. With that being said, I want to give a big shout out to Yush. Let's give him a clap. He has calls weekly, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. CST. You guys can talk to him directly. He teaches every single week. So if you guys aren't utilizing those calls, what are you doing? Go up to the calls.